Reporting live from Hype Club in Atlanta, Fight Plus News, I'm John Abba. Breaking news coming out of Los Angeles, veteran journalist Don Lemon has been arrested overnight in connection with the church protests in Minnesota that would make headlines earlier this month. Now, Lemon was in LA for the Grammys and was arrested after 11 p.m. in a hotel lobby while leaving an event.
Tell us why you're doing this.
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere, the key location. They don't expect us to come there, and then we disrupt business as usual.
Did they explain to you why they're here?
They did not.
They said that there is someone here in Easterwood, a member of ICE, and he's a pastor of the church.
Our church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday. We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left.
This is what the First Amendment is about.
This morning, his attorney would break the news in a statement released across his social media. Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what he has always done. The First Amendment exists to protect journalists whose role is to shine light on the truth and hold those in power accountable. There is no more important time for people like Don to be doing this work. Instead of investigating the federal agents who killed two peaceful Minnesota protesters, the Trump Justice Department is devoting its time, attention, and resources to this arrest. And that is the real indictment of wrongdoing in this case. This unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and transparent attempt to distract attention from the many crises facing this administration will not stand. Don will fight these charges vigorously and thoroughly in court. Now, as you can recall, Lemon would capture a moment in which dozens of anti-immigration and customs enforcement protesters rushed into City's church in St. Paul, Minnesota. The protest would end up interrupting an actual church service in which Don himself would join the protesters inside to continue his coverage. The story would go on to highlight a pastor who was connected to ICE. Now, during the report, Don would end up expressing that he was not a part of the protest, but that he was simply there as a journalist. Unfortunately for him, however, it doesn't appear to have kept him out of trouble. This latest news has caused a series of reactions in which Don's friend and colleague Hughley has now responded to finding out that Lemon is in jail. Hughley would break his silence on Threads after seeing a report breaking Lemon's arrest. He would go on to respond with, "What the F?" and would follow up with a post that read, "It says a lot that reporters get arrested faster than pedophiles." Now, it appears that Hughley was in the middle of traveling, as he would take to his Instagram to further express his thoughts in hopes that things work out, because he and Don are scheduled to do their live podcast together next week.
So I am boarding my flight to Buffalo. I found out that Don Lemon was arrested. It says a lot that reporters are arrested faster than pedophiles in America. This administration will investigate the people reporting about ICE doing this shooting, but they don't investigate the people that do the shooting. Free Don Lemon. Free Don Lemon. We got a gig Wednesday, man, Tuesday and Wednesday. So you be the first dude. Well, you won't be the first dude that I've ever worked with that made bail and went to work. All right, man. Trump's America.
Hughley would go on to caption, #Free Don Lemon. Now, according to reports, Lemon is expected to make his first court appearance on Friday to respond to the charges and be potentially released. Over on X, Attorney General Pam Bondi would confirm the news of Lemon's arrest and would also confirm that 3 others were arrested in connection to the church protest. She would go on to write, "At my direction, earlier this morning, federal agents arrested Don Lemon, Trahim Jean Cruz, Georgia Fort, and Jamel Lydell Lundy in connection with the coordinated attack on City's church in St. Paul, Minnesota. More details soon." So let's talk about it more in the comments below. Did Don cross a line when he entered the church in Minnesota with protesters, or is his arrest a direct attack on journalism in this country? Save the day for the latest news in comedy, culture, and sports by subscribing here to our YouTube channel and follow Hype Plus across all social media. And if you enjoy content like this, you can head over to hypersclub.com to check out full interviews and more original content. Reporting live from Hype Club in Atlanta, for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba.